All right, MJ, I hope you can hear me. No, you probably can't. Let me do this. All right. We're going to get started. I'm going to blow out your old WordPress site and install the new. First thing that we're going to do, we're going to go into File Manager. I'm logged into cPanel. So I've already got this tab open. And this is what it looks like. We're going to double click on public_HTML. There's your store. Whatever text that is, we'll leave that, but I'm going to blow this out. Delete. Boom. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over. This is where we're going to upload everything. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Upload. Select file. I come down to WordPress 4.4. And I'm going to upload it. Boom, it's done. I'm going to go back. Now we need to unpack it or extract all the files. So hit extract. Boom, close. All right, so now you can delete that zip file. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the WordPress folder, and then we need to pull everything out of that folder. So go in the folder, select all, and then we're going to move it. And then all I'm going to do is delete that folder because we want to put it into the root folder, public_HTML. Boom, move them. I'm going to go up a level. And so now I can delete that WordPress folder. Boom. So now all of your files are in root directory. So we need to rename this file, wp config sample. So rename, and all we do is we knock that sample off of there and the hyphen, rename. So now that's all set. Delete the license file. Boom. Delete the readme HTML file. Boom. And so now we're going to come back over to cPanel. And now what we've got to do is we've got to set up your MySQL database. So we go in there, and this is whatever Rob created for you. Let's see. I'm going to blow these out. I'm going to delete that database. Boom. Go back. And users. I'm going to delete that. Boom. So I'm going to create a brand new database that's unpopulated. And so Linda, so we're going to call this Lind Mike. So we've created the database. Now we need to create a user. I'm going to call it this and that. Password generator. I always create 18 characters, whatever the max is. All right, boom. Control C. I've copied the password. Boom. Create user. Boom. All right, so I'm just going to save this stuff so I don't want to lose it. And I'm going to create a new secure note. I'm going to call it lil this and that.com. So that's the password. Now, in MySQL, what we got to do is we got to come down to the bottom, and you have to connect your user to the database. So you click Add, right, and select all privileges. And then what I do is at that point, I grab my user and my database name, Control C, make changes. So now I've attached the user to the database, And then I'm going to come back over here to my little note file. And so now I've got that saved. Okay, I'm going to push that off to the side. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to come back into the file manager. So I'm actually going to close this out. I'm going to show you how I go into file manager right from cPanel. So you click home and file manager is right there. So it kind of works like FTP, but you're logged directly into the server. File manager lets you upload and move files around. So again, I'm going to go into public_HTML. And so now what we want to do is we need to add your database name, database user, and the password to your WP config file. So we're going to edit. Boom. And then, so I've got all of that information saved off to the right. So what I do is I just start right, I grab the database name, Control C. So I'm going to come over, select that, Control V, and then I'm going to grab the database name, or the user, I'm sorry. Boom. Paste. And then I'm going to grab the password, and I'll put all of this in Skype for you later. Boom, paste. So something that you do from a security perspective, you always want to change your table prefix, right? So I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to put a 1 in there. So W1P. That way it's not WP. And then later when we install one of the security tools, security, we're going to change all of these authentication keys. And so come down or over, click Save Changes, close. So now I'm going to open another tab, lildisanddat.com. Let's see if I get to it. Boom. Okay. So now I can connect English, boom, site title, lil this, that. Username. I'm going to use this password, and I'm going to save that. That's going to go into the file that I'm going to send you later. So that's the admin password. And username. Nimda, Nimda. Always go with something that is wacky and not normal. And then I'm going to show you a couple other things. All right, so got the password saved. I'm going to assume that you've got info at lildisanddat.com set up. So that's what we're going to set it up as. And not now. All right. So username. Boom. Login. Boom. I'm going to grab that big long password. Paste it. Save. Admin. Save. All right. So I'm going to update the database for you. I'm going to update WordPress. Boom. Updates. All right. Go to appearance. Themes. This is the only one you want to keep. 2015. Delete. 2014. Delete. I always keep 2016, just in case you need one generic theme that you can test with. So I'm going to go back to updates, and we'll update that theme. And we're going to go to plugins, and Hello Dolly and a Kismet. We're going to delete those. Delete all the data. So, all right, so the basic install is done. Let me just double check a few things. So now the other thing that I do right away is go to your profile. If that is visible, so now what you want to do, little this and that, right? Little this and that. So display name publicly, because you don't want to, and I've seen you do this on some of your other installs, you don't want to display your actual nickname or your actual username, because you're helping hackers do one less step if they know what your actual login username is. So that's why I always go in and change that right away. I'm going to go back up here to posts. Trash. Get rid of that. Pages. Trash. Right? Just get rid of everything while you're setting it up. So now we're going to go back into settings. Get rid of that. Subscribers. So now we've got to set the server time. Server time is going to be Central Standard, which is Chicago. Boom. Writing. Boom. Reading. All right. So up here on posts, categories, come up here and create blog and create the category. Then come back down to settings. I'm sorry, writing. Right, default post category. Make it blog right away. That way you're not dealing, if you got something that needs to go into a default category, you don't want it to be uncategorized. It's just messy. Discussion. Comments must always be manually approved. They got to be registered. Boom, save changes. Permalinks. Post name. Boom. Okay. And that is essentially it. So the next two things that I'm going to do automatically when I do a WordPress install, I'm going to go to plugins, add new, WordFence. Boom. Activate plugin. You can mess around. You can mess around with the configuration stuff later. Close, and then add new, and I go right back. WordFence, and then the second plugin I install is Security. Activate plugin, and then you can do all the setup stuff later, but at least now they're installed. So that is a clean, right out of the gate. Let's generate the API key. Boom, API key has been successfully generated. Let it finish. Boom, and there's your API key right there. And then you want to, what I would do is I would copy that, and then that would go security, and I would just save that. That way, if something happens with your install, you've got to copy the API key, and you can just copy and paste it back in. So that is it. I'm going to send you your username. I'm going to send you all of this. I'm just going to paste it in Skype, but that's it. I do my entire basic WordPress install right through cPanel. Works like a champ. It's faster than any FTP tool that you use, and that's one of the cool things with WordPress. I'm sure you can go through here with Rob and you can make sure that automatic backups and everything. The other things that I do with cPanel setup is optimize website. You want to go to optimize website and you want to compress all of your content. That speeds it up, so it compresses it and then it gets decompressed in the browser. The other thing that Rob and I do is where's it at? Indexes. Go into indexes, public underscore HTML. Oh, Rob already turned that off. So no indexing. You want to have everything from public underscore HTML, no indexing. So if somebody's trying to snoop your site, they're not going to be able to see folders in a particular directory. That is it, MJ. You should be good to go. So I'm going to stop this recording.